Hey Sockjar, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. It's me, Pearly Mustache Ross here. Neckbeard Ross here. I'm feeling a little bit better today. It's I don't know, my last Iron Spectates. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was pretty tired during that one. I'm not gonna lie. But nevertheless, I had a lot of fun watching. I thought, let's do it again. Today, we're deep in the depths. We're deep in the depths. Only true soldiers, renegades, and miscreants reside here. We got a cheeky little teleport support Kalista on red side here. We love to see it. I actually found this game through the Heckrim, who is on the red side as well. Just like basically what I do. And if you want to send replays to me, please make sure that first of all they're iron. Or listen, if your friend's an iron. I tried to pony it up and pretty up in a way that is like vaguely constructive. That being said, listen, people make mistakes. I make them too. We can laugh at our mistakes. It's just League of Legends at the end of the day. So like, you want to send me a replay, you want to send me your friend's replay, we can all have a laugh at it together. We were looking at the Heckrim, who like plays a lot of top Heckrim, and looking at their builds, it is a bit of a weird situation. I can't remember if this is the game where they go Riftmaker top. Now, don't get me wrong, Heckrim used to be a terror, like, used to be incredibly strong. Conqueror Heckrim was a very, very spooky lad. Grasp Heckrim with a Riftmaker. I don't even know if this is a game. I don't think this is a game, actually. He changes his build up quite regularly, but I'm less threatened by that. Could you imagine? Could you believe? But we'll see how he gets on today. He's up against Nasus. Lanes that can go super badly, super quickly. As well as that, we have Master Yi on the blue side jungle. Now, this is gonna be a bit of a weird one for me, because I'm not sure at what point in a timeline we're in with this. I believe this is already post hotfix Master Yi, and if you're not aware with like what happened with Master Yi, essentially he got like a buff on PBE, which eventually made it to live servers where his Q now applies on hit, and it was a little bit overskilled. Like he went from like a 40-something% win rate to a 55% win rate in the space of a couple of days. He was hotfixed to have those ratios like brought down a little bit. But as I say, I'm unsure. Since I'm able to watch this replay, I would assume that it's on this patch, which would mean that maybe the numbers are a little bit like, dude, what? Hold on, that flash was interesting. Hopefully that means that like the numbers are like where they are currently. But as I say, I cannot be 100% certain on that. Who was it that flashed there? Oh, it was Yone flashing on the spot like a gangster, just to assert dominance. Meanwhile, top lane, Heckrim's actually putting in a lot of the work there. He's absolutely greedy and overstayed though. He doesn't even have his E currently. That being said though, why are you going back in? Why are you going back in? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I guess I should say as well, right? Like, hey, it's me. How you doing? We're on webcam. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying like they miss the face cam and that it adds a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I know that I have a vaguely expressive face, but I didn't know whether or not like, I mean, if you're wondering why I was off face cam for like a week, just because I like wanted to like, you know, not hang dong and like be naked while I record, because that's not it. I always record with at least 18 layers of clothing on at all times. But just like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like being on camera for like a week or so. I haven't streamed in a little while as well, just because I was like feeling a little bit run down about the whole situation. Just the way it goes sometimes. But here we are. I'll happily, if it means that much to everybody, I'll happily go webcam again. I'll happily go face cam again. It's no big deal to me. I should probably like pan to some actual action that's happening around the map here. It seems like actually Kalista and the Kalista and the Aphelios bot lane is going, I mean, infinitely better than I would have ever possibly assumed it would go. They're both at super low, which is not great, and blue side are like full HP. As well as that, like Kalista's still sitting on like every single like stack of her thing here, which could be better. But I can see the logic. No, I can't see the logic. I mean, oh yeah, you can make your 80 carry go like ham, I suppose. Theoretically. They go in, they make plays, and then you ulti them out with Kalista ulti, and they run away to escape. But that being said, like, it doesn't really necessarily lend itself well to like that much damage. I mean, Kalista, I like Kalista, but she's just like she's impossible to play, and she's running into a team that has Nasus on it. That is just like that's a level of pain that like you really have to like sign up for, and I don't think I've got it in me now. Master Yi look like he's going for the steal here. They got vision on this. He's waiting. This is iron! What was that, Sejuani? That was absolutely hang glide crack technology. What the heck was that, man? I don't know if you saw what I saw, but like there needs to be like respect put on Sejuani's name here. She waits for the auto attack from Master Yi to Q and stop the leap over the wall. Now, granted, she did all that just to like stand next to the wall so he could alpha strike over anyway. But it was really good. In theory, that was an incredible move, and it has to be, there's respect put on the name there. I'm telling you, like, everybody who plays League of Legends, myself included, everybody that plays it, is when you make a play, you're only like maybe like a fifth of a second from a god play at all times. Every single play you make, you ride a fine line between like iron and like challenger. That was a challenger play, and then it was an iron play, and it was so close. But that's the risk that you take when you make plays like that. If it works 1 out of 100 times, 1 out of 100 times, you're a god. You're getting honored. Like the Twitch chat goes absolutely berserk. But then 99 times you get a kick W and a lull in the chat, and it doesn't feel great. So Hecarim, he's having a bit of a struggle. Is he ghosted? What's happening? Nasus is a little bit low in mana here, which is fine. That being said though, like I don't think there's any kill potential on Hecarim's side here for being able to take him out. All he's got is a corrupting potion. Mastery's very, very close to top side though, so we want to be careful on that one because there could be a rotate. They're just they're trading blows, man. They're just trading hits. Oh, you know what? Like that could have been worse. That could have been worse. I think it was to back off now. Be a little bit careful. I just can't. I mean, I can't abide by like straight up just like I'm going to trade autos with Nasus. That being said, if you had Conqueror, like things would be a totally different story. That being said, overstayed again. It's a dang shame. You hate to see it. Yoni's now here. I don't know like what. I mean, I mean, Jesus. Okay. Okay. What the? Did he have E up like that whole time? Oh no, he didn't. Okay, his devastating chart. It was actually on cooldown. Actually, was it? Hold on. No, it was. It only came off cooldown just here, which is unfortunate. I think maybe if he ran around just a little bit more to get the extra speed going, he might have had the damage to actually finish off Nasus. That's huge for Nasus. So he's like already like super ahead in CS. He's already super ahead in like, you know, pressure on the top of the map here. Like his jungler's been top, his top's been top, his mid lane's been top. Sorry, I should say. He's looking like he's gonna be a little bit spicy down the line. Now in the bot lane though, however, this Kalista is so squishy. Like holy hell, like that is something else. Master Yi's dinking. Master Yi's absolutely dinking. I mean, to be fair, like the Aphelios, he got some licks in as well. With an actual support, who knows what could have happened there. That like Kalista melted though. It was like that meme of the monkey, the chocolate monkey, and the pan of milk, and it just melts into the milk. It was not good. It's a tough one here, like for sure, because I think like as far as like scaling goes, if you're not winning early against this team, but like in my head, at least I'm like if we don't win early against blue side, we don't win late. Yone scaling is bonkers. I mean, it's Yone for goodness sake. Master Yi scales perfectly nice into the late game. Nasus scales really well. Sivir and Serac are both scale like pretty fine in the late game. That entire side, like entire blue side, I've got like a team that like transitions very well into mid and late. Whereas on like red side, yeah, like, I think Sejuani's always going to be useful throughout the course of the game, but at the end of the day, like, when it comes to, like, later on in the game, she is just there to, like, okay, I CC and I disrupt people. However, I don't do that much damage, and honestly, like, against, like, many members of this team, I don't even take that much damage. Like, how long can a Sejuani really tank, like, a full build, like, you know, Master Yi? It's impossible. No one can tank it. It doesn't matter who you are. The levels of true damage that come out of that lad is just, it's just bonkers, man. Akali, obviously, like, totally fine as well, but there are quite a number of members on the enemy team that can either, like, stop attacks, like stop spells hitting, like spell shield, or you got Soraka for sustain, or you got lifesteal or sustain from like Yone and his just general lifestealiness, Alpha Strike to maybe prevent like getting hit with like the dash, or just Nasus being tanky, I would say. Hecarim as well, I don't think I'm so sure this is not the game that he goes Riftmaker, but I just want to reiterate he does go Riftmaker sometimes. Based on his match history, he does go. I don't know what makes him decide that that's a good idea, and I say this knowing like basically nothing about Hecarim and as a top laner and like what items you would want to run there, but like I feel like it's just not it, right? Like I feel like it cannot possibly be it. Nasus though, his mana is so low like all the time. I don't know how he's like he's going crazy on the ability spam here. Sejuani coming in hot here. She's got the permafrost down. Massey coming in hot as well. Flash comes out from the Massey. The Aphelios ulti misses, and that is. They're gonna have to, yep, they're gonna have to flash. I think that might have been a fail flash actually. I think she tried to go over the wall there. Aphelios, you've made a poor error, man. You've made a big error of judgment here. That's just gonna be another free pick. Also, super bad timing here because it's gonna be a fire drake that's gonna basically go uncontested. Akali is way too low HP to even consider trying to contest this. Yone though, not for a lack of trying to dome that Akali as hard as he can. Whether it be to just back him off the dragon so that it's gonna be completely uncontested, or actually he's just going for the kill, which probably is the more likely scenario. It's a good move. It was a good move. Just get them off, keep them away, and that's going to be their second dragon. 11 minutes into the game, as well as that we've got Riptile dropping on mid lane. All of this happening pre-plating falling as well, which is insane. There's going to be a lot of gold coming out here onto Master Yi and onto Yone, who are two people you absolutely, most certainly, do not want to see all that cash going onto. Akali though, getting a nice little engage onto it, like the ulti from Sejuani, enabling the Akali to get on there. That being said though, that is a shutdown for Sejuani. She got the kill instead of Akali, so that's gonna maybe hurt a little bit down the line. Not getting like those big shutdowns onto Akali, so she can maybe actually pull red side back into the game. He's just like quietly, Hecarim's just quietly doing skull crap. You could just eat it, bro, and like it would have broke the shield with this is taking forever, man. This is all the while, like, Nasus is just chilling, man. Nasus is straight chilling. He's hitting his Zhao Xinghai Zhongguo Shinzai Wu Yo. Big chilling. He's... you know what, at this point in the game, I honestly, like... I think even if Sejuani comes, I don't think that there's... unless they, like, really well chain CC it, I don't think there's that much hope of them killing... Unless, like, he seriously commits to the fight. Like, overcommits, like, under tower and stuff. Yeah, like, he's just doming them, dude. The Hecarim's always are just, like, a bit not quite there as well, I gotta say. So, like, I would say, like, the issue there was Hecarim ulted next to Nasus, and he feared him away from his team. Like, fearing him towards Sejuani could have possibly been a little bit better. She would have been within range to Q a little bit earlier, and, like, maybe that could have been it. But yeah, even the 2v1, like, I mean, those two don't do a tremendous amount of damage. It's just got to be said. I was really hoping that I wasn't going to be wrong in that prediction, because he went down, he got kind of low, but his Qs are doming people now. I mean, like, he's got his sheen. He's making his way downtown. He's walking fast, faces past, and he's homebound. Like, it's I'm gonna assume that Sejuani's not touching top again. I think, like, if you want to stop him, and I can guarantee that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to, like, top lane's done. Let's be quite honest here. But you're going to need 3 people for sure. Like, he's not, it looks like he's going, like, maybe, like, he's not going crit, is he? He's not, that's not an Essence Reaver, is it? Is that Essence Reaver build path? It could be. I mean, listen, I'm not going to judge. Like, I'm not going to judge you. If you want to go Essence Reaver, like, go for it. I'm pretty sure you don't get crit damage on the Q. It's just your auto attack damage that does that, but yeah. That's a nice little fight. That's a nice little fight. That's a nice little fight. Almost botched it. Still died, but it's okay. Highlander down from Master Yi though, which is actually like vaguely large. Sejuani's tanking it. She ought to know that she can't tank it. She ought to know that she can't tank it. She cannot tank this, man. Did bot laner just like chilling for free as well? Like, it's insane. Everything's going wrong here for red side. That being said, like, throws happen though. Bounty gold is like insane also. There's every possibility that this could just get thrown like for no reason whatsoever. I can't actually remember how this game ends. Like, I haven't watched it before, but I looked at the match history, so I have seen whether it's a defeat or a victory, and I cannot remember for the life of me. That being said, like, that's a 5-1 Master Yi. He's got a considerable amount of CS. He's just perma farming, and like I mean, the person's called Master TL. I don't know if that's because they like to play Master Yi or not. Master Yi is just like an easy character to play because it's not necessarily about you making plays. It's about the enemy outplaying themselves. So like, and listen, I'm super guilty of this also. If it was a crime, you could lock me up and throw away the key. Overstaying on fights, or like committing to fights that you probably shouldn't be committing to. Like, that is like what Master Yi feeds on, and like it happens a lot down here. Like, it happens a lot down here. This is a really good gank from you know what? It was really great engage from like Akali, and like really great, like, you know, she made it work. She's making it work less now, admittedly. Oh my god, it's a tragedy. Okay, that's Sejuani all the way down. Dude, he's still got Highlander. She's having to run. She's having to run for her life. Yoni does have ulti though. That's just enough. That's just gonna be enough, and that's gonna be third dragon. These fights are so unbelievably poorly timed. Every single time that these fights happen, always when a dragon comes up, always just as a dragon comes up, dragon's up. Let's fight. Let's engage. Let's all in. Let's not ward a bush. Let's do this or that. It's always it's so unlucky. But every single time, what could just be like a 2 for 2 turns into like a 2 for 2 plus dragon plus L plus ratio plus no inches plus you got scurvy, and it's horrible. Like, at this point in the game, with the levels of damage that Master Yi is doing, like, that was just one alpha strike. Now, granted, he did quite a lot. Like, the Aphelios responded. Like, he doesn't suffer fools gladly. But what are you supposed to do in that situation, you know? Like, how do you come back from this? The kill differential might not be that big, but like, the goal difference and like just like the champions that the money is going on to is bad. It is for sure bad. This Nasus is just an unstoppable force in top lane right now, and like, what is Abami's Cinder Hecarim going to do to stop this? You know what I mean? Poor Akali, she gets dropped. That's gonna be Hecarim dropping as well. Nasus free to just continue his reign of terror in top lane. He's gonna push it onto the inhib tower. Sejuani not even going to go stop that. I don't think there's anybody that can stop it, quite frankly. That's coming in on that inhib tower now. He's going to start bonking it down. You still got like 15 to 20 seconds until anybody that would even be able to match that lane is up again. And even then, like, I don't think that Akali can truly match it unless she's got the help of tower to like actually like lay down some extra damage. This Kalista is absolutely, most certainly not going to do any damage to this guy. She may be able to stack spears on him, which is great, but like, he does have quite a lot of lifesteal. Hecarim going straight in on it as well, just not a good idea. Like, it's just it's risky is what it is. Like, sure, I think we've managed to bring him down here. It took 4 people, like the presence of 4 people, but like, that is when you almost lose a 3v1 on that HP, it is not looking good. And like, as this is happening, like, whilst 4 people were like resigned to trying to stop top lane, we got Rift Herald being taken. Yoni is in the bottom side, red side jungle, taking all the buffs, and there's no wards there, so now we got like an Akali who's getting caught. It's looking seriously bad, dude. I'd say, like, I honestly, like, this is one of these games because like, we've looked at some of the ones before, and like, some of them are just like mechanically like befuddling, right? Like, we watch some people play, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this, mechanically, like, there's something super wrong here. But this is one of the games where I'm like, this is a team that, like, it's a macro diff, I would say. Like, it's not like, oh, one team just has, like, a better player. It's, like, the macro on the side. Like, just, like, this play, right? Best case scenario, yeah, you get a Soraka, I suppose. But, like, now you're dead. Like, who's gonna stop this? Do you know what I mean? Like, now that you're dead, there's one less person for the next, like, 40 seconds to defend, like, the second tower in bot, which is now being pushed in by Sever. Or, like, there's now one less person to defend mid, and sure, like, Soraka is a big part of her team, don't get me wrong here, but it's just, you know, it's just a macro diff, is what it is. You hate to see it. You know what, I love to see it, because it is super interesting to see, like, I mean, this is North America, but, like, you know, it's super interesting to see, like, people who, like, in the moment, they don't maybe necessarily, like, see that there is issues there. Like, fighting before Dragon every time was just, like, that. Honestly, I think that's, like, the big thing that I'm like, that was a bad idea, for sure. Red actually got some nice pick. Like, I mean, I don't know what Kalista was doing there. I don't know who she thought she was playing. Like, she's playing, like, she thought she was playing Katarina for a second there. Thinking maybe she can shimpo the Windblade there. Wasn't gonna happen. Mastery now sitting on his third item, so he's got, well, I say third item if you count boots as an item, which I think you should, because it takes up a slot for, like, almost your entire game, unless you get, like, your 7th item and you sell it. Yeah, it's super. I think it is genuinely interesting, because, like, sometimes, like, I mean, at the beginning of the game, like, you see Yone flash on the spot, he's, like, panicking, he panics and he flashes on the spot, ends up dying anyway. Like, we watch other games like the Yumi bot with, like, the level of the players there was absurdly low. And everything was a mess, but then everybody was bad. Like, and I say bad, I mean, like, geez, like, the level, skill ceiling, the skill level was through the floor. It was a basement. And, like, watching that is, like, really, really interesting, because, like, at that point, you're like, alright, macro is not gonna help you here. Like, we need to, like, break down the fundamentals of the game. Like, do you understand how the game is played here? You've got, like, 400 games of ranked this season. And you play like this, you know, like, something's wrong, for sure. Alright, is this the level Nasus is at now? I think this might actually might be Nasus hours right now. Dude, he doesn't care. He's actually out healing the tower. Dude, she had like 20 or 30 spears in him and did nothing to him. Oh boy, that's bad. Oh no, it was Divine Sundra. Sorry, I'm dumb. I said earlier it might be Essence Reaver. I totally forgot Divine Sundra is, like, it's an item. I've tried to forget that it exists for so long. It's just Nasus, yeah, he's been given too much free reign. This is why I don't like top lane. I hate laning into Nasus, because then Nasus always becomes this, and I'm like, it's my fault. Maybe I'm having trouble with him, and I'm asking for help, and then nobody helps me because it's top lane. Why would you gank it? And then Nasus does stuff like this, and people are like, wow, report top lane, and I'm like, I did say he was going to be a problem. Nobody listened to me. You guys think that, like, fed Nasus are, like, a myth? Like a story we tell our kids before they go to bed so they, like, brush their teeth or something? Like, no. He is real, and he is coming for you. So that's going to be the red inhib going down there. Top inhib also being cracked. This is probably going to be, like, the last fight of the game, and I don't think they're going to be able to do much of that. We did get the flash out from Soraka, but look at the damage Master Yi is bringing down here. This is absurd. Even missing, like, the boomerang blades on Sever, it still did so much damage, clipping the Kalista. But the Kalista is 1 in 7 with the Runans, so, like, I could see it missing. Or I could see it like not doing. Sorry, I could see it doing a lot of damage. And that's another game in Iron. Thank you so much for watching. That was a super interesting one. Like, that was honestly, that was just a team diff, like, for both teams. Like, it was one team had good timings. They knew when to get their dragons. They, like, I guess the Master knew his limits, and one team did not look at the map at any point, or was not, like, fully in the game. Losing early to that team is a death sentence for sure. But it was fun to watch. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please consider subscribing. If you're new to the channel as well, please consider joining the sock drawer. It's free. And check out the store as well. Our clothing line, Psycho Apparel, shoppsycho.com. It'll be in the description. And pick up a t-shirt or something. It's pretty cool. I am wearing one right now. Very simple, oversized t-shirt. Very epic. Have a good day. Bye.